this video, I'm going to share with you a guided meditation for merging with your higher self. I believe this meditation can absolutely change your life and allow you to embody more of who you prefer to be. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a guided meditation that will help you to merge with who you really are. Understanding that the perspective that we have for most of our life experience is such a small fragmentation of who we really are that when we begin to reconnect to this, we literally feel like a completely new person. Now, when it comes to the higher self, what I want to do is give you a couple ways of understanding it. And as I've been doing with these videos, as you may know, I do more of a explanation for the first half of it, and then the last half of it is that of a meditation for wiring in those ideas and for then getting the result of whatever the intention is. So the first thing I want to do is I want to propose an idea to you. And this idea has to do with understanding who we are at a greater level. Now, who we are at a greater level and what quantum physics actually shows us is that energy cannot be created nor destroyed, which means that if we exist now, which you do if you're watching this video, then you will always exist. The thing that may change is the form and the form of expression that you may have. But if you exist now, you can relax in knowing that you will always exist. Now, from a greater perspective, I believe, from what I've learned from meditation, from many different type of books that I've read, from many different types of inner inquiries that I've had where I've learned more about this, and also through a spiritual awakening, I believe we are immortal spiritual beings living temporary human experiences. Now, this goes along with what quantum physics shows us as well, with understanding that energy is not created nor destroyed. It simply is. We are immortal spiritual beings living temporary human experiences. Now, when it comes to life on Earth, what we do is we forget who we are. And this isn't like this everywhere in the universe or everywhere in all realities, but here specifically, if we come here, it means that we are very powerful, because it is not easy to forget who we are at a greater sense, and then to come here to forget that and then to live through life experiences not remembering who we really are. That in the universe is considered something that is more challenging. But the good thing is that if you're even watching this video, then you're probably already somewhat aware of this, or at least open to the idea, because you cannot perceive that which you are not the vibration of, which means that you, at some level, may already resonate with this kind of information. Now, if you want more on this, there is somebody who passed away recently, but her name is Dolores Cannon. And Dolores Cannon has written, I think, almost 20 books, 17 books. And she's a hypnotherapist that has been around since 1960s and 70s. And she developed a technique that's called the Quantum Hypnosis Healing Technique, QHHT for short. And she's taught thousands of people how to do this certain type of technique for getting people to the deepest levels of brainwave activity, where what will happen is then their subconscious mind or their higher self will come through to deliver answers. Now, many times these people will go to sleep. They'll not remember what they say, yet they will say things, and then it'll be on a tape recorder afterwards. So Dolores or a practitioner will ask questions. The person will say it out of their own mouth, like say the words. And then afterwards, they'll come out of it, not remember much, listen to it, and like, wow, I said all of that. And it'll be very interesting type answers. And there is a consistency between the thousands and thousands of people that have been in this kind of state. And here's some of the things that people said that was consistent across the board. That we are immortal spiritual beings living temporary human experiences. That we have multiple different existences that we can perceive of, but while we are alive here, we only perceive of this one life. That we are connected to a greater source of energy, and that our natural state of being is unconditional love, and bliss. That's who we really are. But when we come here, we forget that, because then part of the game of life is to remember who we are. Something else that I found interesting that Dolores Cannon got out of thousands and thousands of people was that many souls are here right now because there is a collective consciousness shift happening. More and more people are remembering who they are, remembering this connection to Source, remembering this connection to their higher self, and therefore there is a transition of consciousness happening right now on the planet. This is the place to be right now, and that's what, through thousands of transcripts and thousands of different people that have been interviewed, have said. The soul decided to come here, and there'd be people asking questions. So they would ask Dolores, hey, when I'm in this subconscious mind type state, I want to ask, why did I incarnate? Or I want to ask the question of, why did I have a life experience with this person? Because I had a lot of pain with this person. Why did this happen in my life? All of these things, and the answers will just come through. Well, this person chose to have this kind of lesson, this kind of experience, because they're such a strong soul that they could deal with it, because then they come out even stronger on the other side. There's so many people that have said that this is the time of the planet to be here right now. That's why I believe there's 7 billion people, and so many people want to be here, because there's this wave of transition that's happening. And if our soul is here right now, then we're about to go to the next octave. We're about to feel a shift in vibration and in shift in consciousness. So this is about understanding who we are at a greater level, and that we are so much more than we can possibly imagine. Now, the reason I'm sharing all of this stuff is because from a higher level of consciousness, I believe that we are asleep, dreaming that we are here. We are dreaming that this is who we are, that this ego structure that I interpret through these 5 senses, that I could taste, hear, touch, smell, all of these things, they appear very real, but my senses are interpretations of vibration. And what quantum physics shows us is that everything is vibration. And the reason I say all of this is because this is not the true reality. This is something Elon Musk said as well. Elon Musk said that he believes that what we experience as real, he thinks there's a less than 1% chance of 1% chance that that is actually the baseline reality, which implies that we live in a form of simulation. Now, this to me was like, I had to think about that for a minute, but I thought about it, and this is what resonates with me. And this is also something that there's many other physicists that speculate on this idea. And this is one of the only ideas that is called a big theory of everything, that explains everything. Scientists can figure out little things, biology, this, that, but to piece it all together, there's not a unified form theory, except for this one is one of the ones that resonate the most, and one of the ones that scientists are actually taking seriously now. It's been around for a while, but it's this theory of understanding that we live in a simulation, that we are so much more than we can even imagine, but we are dreaming that this is who we are. And that these senses that we interpret things with are just interpretations of vibration. But at a higher level of consciousness, we are so much more than we can imagine, but we have this temporary dream where we're all collectively going through this transition and where we can remember who we are. There's a couple purposes of this dream. One of the purposes of this dream may be that we transcend lower vibration. We transcend lower emotional states of consciousness. That we remember that that's not who we are. We are not the shame, the fear, the guilt, the anger. Any of these lower emotions are not who we are. We are so much more than we can possibly imagine. And that as we become aware of this, we upgrade our level in the game. We become more aware of how we can deliberately choose what we want. When we become aware that our thoughts correlate with what we experience, we can then direct our thoughts in a way that we prefer. This is where we become self-empowered, and we realize that there's so much more than we can priorly imagine. Now, I want you to know that. You are so much more than you can imagine. Now, how do we tap into that of our higher self? Well, one way is we observe our thoughts. Because our thoughts come from our ego when we think most of our lives, this is who I am. This is my ego. When in actuality, that is one perspective of a part of who we are. Some people will say that ego is the enemy. The ego is bad. The ego is still something that we have to have a physical experience on earth. So it can be bad, but I don't believe that we should believe that we are bad. I believe we should observe the ego, be aware of the ego, not identify solely with the ego, and then we use it in a powerful way versus fragmenting ourselves and thinking that a part of us is bad, which is a dualistic type nature, which implies polarization. I believe that we are at a higher level, immortal spiritual beings that live in higher states of consciousness, of love, of bliss, that are dreaming that this is who we are. But the way that we transcend back into that higher level of awareness is we simply become aware of what we are thinking of. We observe the thoughts that we have without identifying with them. And as we observe them, we start to shift our perspective automatically into the space in between what we are thinking or saying, because there's this spaciousness that is also us. You see, our body, while it appears to be solid, has an energy field that goes all the way around our body. It goes far out. And when we identify just with the body, we limit ourselves. But when we understand that we are connected to everyone else, this is what quantum physics shows us. It's what sacred geometry shows us. When we understand this, we begin to expand ourselves out. Now imagine that a higher self version of you exists right now. And the way that you connect to this higher version of you is by following your passion. The vibration of passion, what you can feel as passion, is your body's translation of a connection to your higher self. It is the carrot on a stick of your higher self saying, hey, go in this direction. When I make a video, I get into a flow state. This is my higher self telling me, hey, go in this direction. Keep making videos. This is who you are. And I keep following that. I keep finding more and more expression of how I prefer to be. So in the same way, what are you passionate about? Start asking the question, start setting the intention, and find out what that is. Because the more you ask, the more you get a reflection of what it is. The more your brain finds those patterns, and the more you can then begin to embody who you really are, because you follow that thread of passion. So that is who you really are. So the main part of this video is you knowing that you are so much more than you can possibly imagine, that you are always connected to your higher self. The key is merging and acting as if the higher self by observing the thoughts, not identifying with them, and knowing who you really are. You are an immortal spiritual being living a temporary human experience. You exist in higher states of consciousness. You're simply dreaming that this is who you are. Maybe you lived most of your life experience thinking that you are this limited expression of yourself. But now that you are waking up to it, you are merging back with your higher self. So this meditation we're about to do is going to solidify that. But now that you're aware of it, you're already starting the process. So it's something that continues to compound from here. So what I encourage you to do right now is to take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Listen with his headphones if you can. Feel yourself relax with every breath that we take. And just allow yourself to merge with who you really are. So let's take a deep breath in, a deep breath out right now. Feel your body relax more and more with every breath that you take. Now put your hands over your heart, because when you put your hands over your heart, you bring awareness into your heart space. And the Heart Math Institute has shown that the more awareness we put in our heart, the more we grow the electromagnetic energy around our body, and the more then we will expand to who we really are. Let's take another deep breath in, deep breath out. Breathe it out. Feel your body relax more and more. Now close your eyes if you can, and begin to put the awareness now in your head. Feel the awareness in your forehead. Begin to relax, feeling loose. Feel this warm sensation behind your eyelids. Feel your eye sockets relax. Feel the sensation inside of your tongue begin to loosen up, your jaw, let it hang loose and relax. Put the awareness now in your left hand, your left arm. Feel a wave of relaxation flow through your body. Your right arm, your right hand. Now in your chest, feel this vibration of love inside of your heart. Feel it. As you put awareness there, you feel more of this tingling sensation. Feeling now this tingling sensation begin to grow inside of your heart, knowing that you are love at your greater sense. Now feel the sensation inside of your abdomen, your hips, your left leg and foot. Feel a wave of relaxation flow through your right leg and foot. Now imagine that a wave of relaxation is flowing through your whole body, and feel it release through your heels. Feel the energy release. Let go. Feel the sensation go out your heels. You are letting go of energy that doesn't serve you. With every breath you take, know that you're going deeper and deeper into relaxation, and that you're feeling more of this connection with your heart center. Now imagine that you are in a relaxing room. In this room, you look around. This is a comfortable room you can go to anytime you decide. It's a very Zen-like room. You feel very comfortable here. Notice what is in this room as you look around. Notice what objects may be around you. Notice what sounds you may hear. You can come here anytime you want for relaxation and for connecting to a deeper part of yourself. Now notice that about 15 feet away you see a door. And this door, on the top of it, in gold embroidering, is labeled the connection to your higher self. Now go over to this door and notice what the doorknob looks like. Notice what this door looks like in general. And then put your hand out and open up that door. And notice that as you look into this, you see stairway going down. A spiral stairway that goes down. You look down and you can see the stairs go down, maybe about 30 or 40 stairs. You can see them spiral into a bright white room. Now what we are going to do is we are going to begin to take steps down these stairs. And with every step that we take, we are descending into our heart space, which is where our higher self connection lies. As we go down, we are going to be feeling this connection become stronger and stronger. We're going to be feeling more and more like we are merging into our heart center. We're going to be feeling this connection more powerfully than ever before. So begin to take a step down into the stairs. Notice how light you feel with every step that you take. Notice what the steps look like, what color are the stairs. Put your hand on the armrail. Take another step. Take another step as you descend down into your heart space. Feel the sensation as you do this as well. You are moving from your head into your heart. You can feel this sensation going from your head into your neck, and then into your chest, and then into your heart. Now, with every step we take, we feel this connection become more and more powerful. Take another step. Feel it increase inside of your heart center. Now we have 10 more steps until we are in this room connected with our higher self. I am going to count down from 10 to 1. With every number I count, you are going to feel double the amount of love inside of your heart. You're going to feel this energy flow through your whole body. You're going to feel double the amount of relaxation flow through your body. So take a step. 10, feeling this energy flow through your body. 9, feeling this energy inside of your heart. 8, double the relaxation. 7, double the amount of love becoming more and more dominant inside your heart. 6, 5, take another step. 4, one more step. 3. Now, with the next 3 steps, we are walking into the room. 3, 2, 1. There you are now. In this room, feeling this energy flow through your body. It is very powerful. This is the connection to your heart. This is a connection you can always come back to anytime that you choose. And know now that you are in a very sacred place. Now, this sacred place will look unique to you. Look around and notice what it looks like. It can be an indoor place or an outdoor place. This is a magical place that you can go anytime you want to connect to this sacred place in your heart. Now begin to walk around and notice how it feels. Begin to notice the emotions flowing through your heart space right now. And take a moment to soak it all in. Notice how amazing you feel. Amazing emotions flowing through your body. Feeling it increase in your heart more and more. Feeling love in your heart more and more. Feel it increase in your heart. More love, more light. Feel the sensation in your heart. Now imagine that you turn around and you notice that your higher self is there. And this higher self is another aspect of you that you are always connected to. This higher self, this guidance is within your heart. And notice what your higher self looks like. Notice the glimmer in their eye. Smile on their face. Notice how connected you feel. Now ask your higher self if there is any guidance that they have for you. Ask if there's anything in your life that you can do or be that is more aligned with your higher self. Now thank your higher self for this information. And now what your higher self says is you are going to merge with each other. This is going to be something that totally changes your life. You're going to be living more as your higher self. You're going to be able to observe thoughts that no longer serve you, observe anything in your daily life from a totally new level. You're going to become more aware of this connection of who you really are. You're going to feel more guided in your life than ever before, and your higher self is going to be there with you more consciously because your higher self is always there. Now imagine your higher self in front of you right now and put up your hand up to your higher self, and what you are now going to do is merge with your higher self. Now look into the eyes of your higher self, and your higher self lets you know that there's nothing to be afraid of, that this is a part of something you agreed to before you came into your life, to be having this kind of connection and to be feeling guided from this moment going forward in a completely new way. Now put your hand up to that of your higher self, and I'm going to count down from 5 to 1. With every number I count, you're going to feel your higher self merge more and more with your body. You're going to feel an increase in your energy, an increase in your heart center, and you're going to simply know that you are forever changed. 5. Feel yourself begin to lock in energy. Feel yourself begin to increase. 4. Feel this sensation double throughout your body. Feel this connection grow more and more. 3. Feeling it now really begin to merge. Imagine your higher self walking into you now. 2 and 1. Now your higher self is completely merged with you, and you feel like this is who you are. From this point going forward, you will begin to have new thoughts, new guidance. You will feel more integrated than you ever have before, and you will be able to observe things in your life from a neutral place. And from this point going forward, you are forever changed. Notice how you feel. Feel the gratitude inside of your heart. And now what we are going to do is we are going to become more alert and present to the moment. This sacred place in your heart you can come back to any time that you prefer. Thank it. Now walk over to the stairs. We're going to take 10 steps up. When I reach 1, you're going to be alert, present to the moment, awake, ready to have an amazing day, feeling and knowing that you have just shifted your whole life. 10, take a step, begin to feel more alert, more present to the moment. 9, feeling this energy flow through your body with presence. 8, feeling it more and more. 7, 6, taking another step. 5, 4, 3, feeling yourself now begin to move around. 2, 1. You can open up your eyes now. I want to congratulate you because you have just shifted and merged with your higher self, and your whole life from this point going forward, you will feel like there's more guidance. You'll be able to observe your thoughts in a completely new way, and you have forever changed. So I want to congratulate you for that. I want to also say that if you want a guided meditation that will help you to raise your vibrational set point, it's one of my most powerful ones. It's absolutely free. You can download it at the top of the description box below. I recommend that you listen to that for 21 days. You can also listen to this meditation for 21 days to get the maximum benefit out of it. I'll also be doing more live Q&As on Instagram, so if you want to interact with me and be part of live meditations, you can follow me on Instagram as well. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little notification gear next to the subscribe button so that you can see the daily vids that I do. And other than that, as always, peace, much love, and namaste.